Hey, Flosstube. It's Alicia. It is Wednesday, April 15th, and it's Flosstube. Let me see. I'll check real quick. What about you guys? How are you guys doing today? Is it an okay Wednesday for you? Some of you are going to be getting shipping notifications soon. I'm not quite there. I've got it all packed up in boxes, but I'll get more into that in a minute. Let's figure out what Flosstube I'm on. Let's do one thing at a time. Yeah, I never do one thing at a time. Ever. Alright, we are on Flosstube. I looked it up yesterday. I think 25, you guys. I think 25. Let's see where it starts. Yeah. This is Flosstube 25, technically, because so many of my videos don't have any information on them. So, Flosstube number 25, I will put that on the front. And if YouTube does a screenshot or lets me grab a screenshot, I will put that up. So, what have I been up to? I received Omnique yesterday afternoon and started going through and packing all my orders and went, oh my goodness, because there was a pile that needed certain size and those certain size didn't come in because my inventory is all out of whack. So what it was I had it set up on the website that you choose your rod size, your QH size, which is your sidebars, and then you choose your QL size, which is your horizontal bars, and that makes a frame. But a lot of people don't need multiple sidebars, so they just order a bunch of the other sizes of the other ones, which is fine, perfectly fine. So because of all that, I sell them either as a frame set or individually. The problem with inventory is I have all these frame sets listed, but I don't put inventory in them because something that works for a 20 by 90, that 20 can also work for 70 or 60 or 50. So I can't say I have a 20 by 90 in stock and I have a 20 by 50 in stock. It's one or the other if I have that 20. So because of that, I wasn't putting inventory in for the frame sets. I was just putting inventory in for the individual items. But then when people order the frame sets, it doesn't adjust my individual items. So going forward, which I'm working on, I have been working on all morning, I was just trying to not allow back orders for the frame set so that people could still price them out as a frame set and just order the pieces as they need them. But it won't let me do that. It keeps messing up my numbers. So now I'm going through and I'm deleting all 80. Well, actually, I had 87 and I'm going to end up with about 20. So I'm deleting 60 items out of that product. So now when you go in, you're going to select your sidebar size, your QH, and add that to the cart. And then you're going to select your vertical bars, which is your QL, and add that to the cart. If you just want one or the other, that's fine. If you want the two of them and a bunch of QLs, that's fine. It's just this way, when you select one or the other, it's going to tell you what I have for inventory, so it's going to tell you if I have more of those 20 centimeters or not. It makes it a little bit more thinking on both your part and my part as to whether you've ordered a frame or not. Don't be afraid to ask me. Say, hey, my goal is a 20 by 60. How do I do this? I will email you back or message you back. You need a QH20 and a QL60. That gives you a 20 by 60 frame. I have no problem doing that. But this inventory messing up on the website is just, it's not okay. It makes it a disaster for you guys when you do order and expect it to be in right away. That being said, I do order from Monique every month. I bring in more. So I may not have what you're looking for right now. Go and look again in a couple weeks, or message me and say, hey, when's your next order supposed to come in? Because I could put in what I've ordered, but I don't really want to, because then if it doesn't show up, if they gave me the wrong size for whatever reason, not that they usually do that, I'm not saying they do, it just happens sometimes when you're receiving stuff, you know that. So instead of putting stuff in because I ordered it, I will wait until I've received it to put the inventory update in. But it will take way less time now that I'm just taking all those other options out. Please message me, email me, whatever you need to do. I get the response all the time. Wow, that was so quick. I have my phone with me most of the time. So as long as I'm not busy with the baby or busy with toddler or husband or something, as long as I'm not, doing the cooking or whatever, I will answer right away. Sorry, I am still working on getting rid of all these extra variations that I don't need, because we're just going to simplify that product for everybody. So please, if you go to order and you're like, well, I want a 20 side bar and a 70 top bar, like top and bottom bar, horizontal bar, individual, and it'll still be the same price. Like, my pricing was no different whether you ordered a frame or individually, and the shipping's still the same because it just adds the weights together. So it will just make it simpler for inventory amounts. That being said, when I'm finished deleting all these additional pieces, I will go and double check my inventory. Right now, that's part of the mess up all morning, is I have been trying to put that I have 0 30-centimeter sidebars, the ones that go this way. I have none in stock, and it says I have 10, and I've changed it and updated it and changed it and updated it, and it's not taking. So that's the other reason why I'm like, okay, I need to take all these other variations out, variables, right? Take them out, make it simple. Sorry, really long explanation about how my morning's been going. So because I went to do all these orders, I got them all straightened out. I contacted everybody that needed to be contacted. And that was the other thing. I had to contact a whole bunch of people last night to get their phone number. Don't get me wrong, we did, after I opened up, we added that people needed to put in their phone number. But I think what's happening is some people were already signed up on the website, so they didn't have to update with their phone number, or they're checking out with a guest, like as guest, instead of a saved customer profile, checking out as guest instead. And maybe that one's not asking for a phone number, but either way, something's not asking you guys for your phone number when you order, and I need it in order to ship it. I don't do anything else. I don't phone you guys up and say, hey, what are you doing? I don't give it to anybody. It is purely so that I can ship your package, because Canada Post requires a phone number. So I am going to also go into the website and take away guest checkout. And unfortunately, that means if you were just coming here to shop for Monique frames, you're going to have to sign up, you're going to have to put in your email, you're going to have to put in your phone number and your address. And I'm sorry, but that means I don't have to contact you at 4 in the afternoon, and then I've had it where some people don't see the message for a week, and I'm sitting there on the edge of my seat going, I can't ship this out because I don't have their number, and I'm sure they're getting frustrated going, where's my frame? I ordered it. It's like, So, please, be advised, you will be required to put in your phone number. Now, don't be alarmed if you're Canadian and you don't get the same message. I am going to try and make it so everybody has to put in their number, but being Canadian means I'm shipping within the country, and they don't require the phone number then. I don't know why. I mean, you would think if they can't deliver it for whatever reason, they would want to be able to call you, but they're like, nope, we don't need a phone number because it's Canadian. But yeah, those are going to be the two big changes coming around in this next day or so as I get them up as quick as I can, because I'm not the web tech guy. And he's busy, right? They're always busy. No, he's really good. It's just I'm not trying to put everything on his plate, because he doesn't know what I'm talking about either. He's like, what? What do you mean? Why are they having an issue? It's like, no, they're not having any issues. I am. Just me, not them. Alright, so those are the changes. Omnique frame ordering is going to be a little bit different, but it's still, if you want the sidebars to be 20 centimeters, you click that one. If you want the horizontal to be 70 centimeters, you click that one. And you have to do them separate. So if you want to get the 20 centimeters, you put 20 centimeters, no rods. That'll give you your inventory, and you go add to cart. And then for the 70 centimeter horizontal ones, you go no rods and 70 centimeters for the QL, and it'll give you a quantity of that, which right now is 0, but they'll be ordered today and they'll be on their way. It takes about a month for them to make them, so I usually get them in about 5 to 6 weeks. So yeah, have any questions, give me a message, give me a PM, anything, I'll come help you. Alright, what else have I been up to? Nothing. That has taken over my last 12 hours. About 12 hours, no, 11 hours ago I picked up my Omnique order and brought it home and unpacked it and went, ah! So I have those shipping labels to finish, which is about 12 packages. And then those will go out. So, because I have to click the button on the computer every once in a while, and I had no time yesterday because I was scrambling, trying to figure out what to do about all this, I had absolutely no time to stitch. That's okay. I don't mind not being able to stitch to help you guys. That's fine by me. But being frustrated with the internet and the website and my computer not updating the website properly has made me really, really, really want to stitch. So I'm sitting here putting a few stitches in while I wait for the internet to finish doing its thing. See, I got a whopping like 2 rows and I'm working on my 3rd row. This is More Chocolate Bunnies by Hands On Design. And it's awesome little stitch. I'm just doing it in hand because putting that tiny piece of fabric on a frame, yeah, a little bit more work. Now, that's the other thing. When I place my order with Omnique, I'm going to order the new size. Have you guys heard of the new size? So the new size is, one second, I will double check. The new size is smaller. We'll get that out right now. The new size is smaller. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's doing funky things. There we go. Omnique frame. See, this is like the route I go. So, quantum frames, parts. Alright, so we have 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter. How long is that, you guys? That's 2.5 inches, right? 10 centimeter. And now, the peg parts that come up, the black screw pieces, they are, I believe, 2.5 inches long. So, these are 2.5 inches, so I'm not sure if the peg part is going to be shorter or if it's going to be the same size. I'm hoping the same size because all the rest of them are the same size. So there's going to be 10 centimeter sidebars, which will probably go like, you know, when did I say 2.5 inches to probably about 5 inches. So, you know, 6 inch, right? About. And the bars across the top, QL, 15 centimeters. So that would be 7. So that would be a 6 by 6 equivalent for your Q-snap. And they're new, and I'm going to be ordering a bunch because how many of us love our 6 by 6 or 6 by 8 or 8 by 11, right? Those, to me, are the best sizes. This would go awesome on that because then it doesn't have to open as far. I have it all bunched out because, you know, I don't want a whole bunch of fabric hanging, right? That would be perfect. Yay! So I will be bringing in a bunch. I will wait until they get here to add them to the website. Sorry, so I can make sure that the pricing's right and everything else. But I do have a customer that already said she was going to want a couple because she checks this website all the time and says, hey, there's new stuff. So I will be bringing in a couple for her, and I'll probably bring in about 10. And we'll say 4 are probably spoken for. So let me know. Just send me a PM or an email or whatever and say, hey, get me on that list, and then I can make sure I bring in extra, right? Because, of course, once it goes up on the website, everyone's going to be like, oh, there's something new. But they are going to be coming in. So 10 by 15. And then, of course, if you want to use the 15 centimeter and a 15 centimeter across top, change it out. They are all interchangeable. At least they should be. Yeah, they're all interchangeable. And then not many people have been wanting the side stretcher bars. If you are curious about side stretcher bars, I can talk to you about them all the time. No problem. What I have noticed though is if you want the side stretcher bars, they come in a bit. So you're going to want your fabric to be in on the rods a little bit. Normally we say, okay, we have a 10-inch piece of fabric. That means it's going to go on the one that is 10 inches wide. Well, if you're wanting to use the stretcher bars, you're going to want your QL bar to be wider than your fabric by a couple inches. So by at least 10 centimeters wider. And that will give room for the stretcher bar pieces because they come in on the side and then they pull. So the other thing too is if you want the stretcher bars for a project and you're like, but I don't need them all the time, that's okay. Pull them out. They don't have to be used with the stretcher bars. Those side bars, you can just take the stretcher bar part, put it in a drawer with the screws, and just use the 2 bars by themselves. You don't have to use the stretcher bar attachment. So that's something, if you're kind of like, well, I may not need them, you can still order them that way, and then if you don't need them, you can just put them in the drawer. And then when you do need them, if you do need them, you can pull them out and put them in. There's that option too. So those are the side stretchers. They are denoted by QH40SS, side stretcher. Sorry, frog in my throat again today. At least he's not in my stitching, right? Bride cup today. Mom got good sleep last night. I kicked myself off the computer early. Even though I was fighting with the website, I was trying to get these numbers right. I said, forget it, shut it down, go to bed, you can deal with it better in the morning. It's still not going better, but I'm trying. I'm in a better mood. What else? Did you guys know I brought these in? These are those cards that, great, now the name's not gonna be there for me. Who made these? With Thy Needle and Thread. She had these on her Instagram posts. Now, these are the unaged ones because you buy these and then you age them yourself. So I'll just read this to you. It says, in this package of flashcards, you will find that we had the needleworker in mind. These would be great for teaching the kids terminology and the husband, right? These cards are the perfect accent to add to your stitchy vignettes. I don't do a stitchy vignette. I'm going to start being like, what is that? And point to one, right? Sampler. My husband would be like, no. Okay, I'll get back to reading here. Package of 7. Words include collector, we all collect, sampler, pincushion, thimble, scissors, buttons, needle, the ever famous needle, aging instructions. So, you buy these and then you age them yourself. If you wish to give these cards a time-worn look, simply dip them into a solution of dark instant coffee. Hey, coffee dye. Place the cards in a 200-degree oven to dry. So, make your instant coffee, put them in like a pie plate, put these in, drip them off, have your oven preheated to 200, and put them in. And it just says 200 degrees, but I'm going to guess 200 Fahrenheit. And you put them in there to dry. Watch closely, they dry very quickly. Press cards flat with your steam iron, placing a heavy object on top of them as they cool from the heat of the iron. Cool, I should try that with my fabric. Right? Because I'm like, press, 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 press. I don't want to use any water, and I still see the wrinkle. I'm like, no! Alright, this will keep the cards flat. So, I have 2 packs of these inside, or here, at the store. Needle! Sampler! I'd be like, honey, what's that? Right? So, I do have 2 of those. I will have to check the website. But if you're like, I need those, Alicia, just message me. And I'll make sure I get on the website right away and do it. Because it takes a little bit of time to do stuff on it. I'm going to start, I used to love the heavily variegated object or products because that's your drop down menu. If you see a drop down menu with a whole bunch, that's your variation. And I love those products because I'm like, I don't have to click through 20 different items to find the number I want. I just click the drop down, go down to the number I want. Well, editing these variable products is frustrating. It really is. But that's okay. We're going to fix it. We'll make it simpler. What else has been going on? I have those. I showed you the little tiny bit of stitching on bunnies. Computer's working. I'm working it, making it work. Let's go through some more of the Nashville stuff. I've already gone through this before, but Nashville is just starting to, in a couple weeks, be released to all the shops, I think. Don't quote me on that. But we had a month. If you went to Nashville, you had a month before it was released, or about a month before it was released to the other shops. So, pretty soon these are going to start being available everywhere. Of course, you could just come shop here, right? Alright. Yonder. Who does not love that one? North, east, south, west. And it has awesome little flowers. Now, I think Instagram. Somewhere I seen. Someone didn't stitch that one. Right in the center. You see the rest of them have white, and this one doesn't. I think, yeah, this one's more like a bud. I mean, it could just be the art, right? But it also could be a, oops, but it looks great. Someone said something about it looks like you just blew the buds, seeds, you know, dandelion fluff ones, just blew it away Okay. Anyway, that one's yonder. It's got 3 little houses. Not big houses for those that like to build houses. They're small houses. You could build them in a day, right? That whole thing could be stitched in a day. Who was I watching? Carolyn. She's like, oh, that's a quick stitch. That's a half-day stitch. Yeah. Alright. I brought in these. I can bring in more. So, someone's seen the main one, which I don't have because they already bought it. That person's going to know exactly who I'm talking about. And these are the 3 that go along the bottom, if anybody wants them. Guest House by Shannon Christine. And I think this one in the center, Cut Roses. And Farmhouse. What was I saying about building houses? Who wants to build houses? Nice structure, straight lines. And I think that's all charted like that to look like wood. It's not a variant floss. Blah. So, that's all charted to look like planks. Right? Of course, anything else that you see of Shannon Christine's that I don't have up on the website yet, let me know. I'll bring it in. This one just looks awesome. And to see it in person, you guys, it's stunning. I got to see it. So, the sampler was stitched on 40 count Havana from Weeks Dye Works. Please, don't feel that you have to stitch them in whatever size was stitched. We can work together to math it for you and do it in whatever count you want to do it. So this one is Kathy Barrick's HL Moth. Now, there's actually 3 pieces. Everybody asks about joining fabric. This person joined their fabric. So you have piece 1, piece 2, and piece 3. And it's charted like that. So, it's charted like that, and I think someone said please see sources page for instructions, special instructions, which I think is where they tell you how to put the fabric together if you would like to put it together. You don't have to. You could stitch it apart. You could just stitch center. I would say you could just stitch the one side, but I don't know about a little tiny piece of wing. Next, this is one of the Nashville exclusives or Nashville release that I can get from Yarn Tree, but this one's so cute and so bright. It's by Flosstube Rabbit Designs, linen and threads, you guys. Flosstube Rabbit is more Brennan than Karen. Karen is Blackberry Rabbit. Blackberry Rabbit? We'll go with that for now. I think I'm wrong. Blackberry something. Pretty sure Blackberry Rabbit. So, Flosstube Rabbit Design. Look at that. And this one is called Janie Tippett, 1893. And so it has a couple peacocks and a bouquet of flowers, a couple crosses. I'm not sure what kind of tree those are, but they look like some sort of berry tree. But I'm not schooled in samplers. I'm just looking at what I see. Definitely not schooled in samplers. I have 2 copies of that in stock. Next up, these were not Nashville releases, but they were in the room, and I thought they were cute, and I figured people might like them. This one would go really good on Autumn Leaves or Autumn Maple. So it's called Floating Leaves by Glendon Place. And it says, "Let us wander here and there like floating leaves in the autumn air." So, there's that one. And I think I got that one up on the website. Might not yet. I think I went through and said, oh yeah, that was already, I got the email with that and all that, and then I just added the few that I didn't have on there yet, but I'm not positive. So if you go looking and it's not there, just send me a message. And then this one, Dance of Tulips. This one's Glendon Place as well. Look at that. Are those tulips or butterflies up top? Those are butterflies. So a couple butterflies, tulip with two on the side, and a vase. And it calls for Karen water lilies, which I can bring in. Happy to do that. Pretty sure I have them all up on the list. And then it has a DMC for something. Oh, beads, I think. No. I don't know. There's 2, 4, 6, 7 water lilies and a DMC. And then a bead. Which, if you want me to kit you up, I'm more than happy to go through all the instructions and make sure you guys have all the flosses and all the fabric and all that stuff. If you're like, well, I don't know what fabric I want to put that on, just talk to me. I love doing that stuff. Alright. Next, I got these. I ordered these in Nashville, but I got them in the mail later. Plum Street Sampler. This is part 7 of, I don't know. Let me see if I can read and find out. Part 7. I'm not sure. I don't know how many she's going to have in here. It might say on the website it talks about on the pattern, which I can go look if you're interested. If you want to know more, let me know. Noah's Christmas Ark. Look at it. 2 llamas. 2 little lovebirds. Aren't they cute? Says Genesis 7:6-7. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him, into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. King James Version. So this one is llama and lovebirds. There's obviously 6 before this, and then I'm not sure how many after. I can look it up if you guys would like, though. So, if you guys are interested, let me know. Positive these are up on the website. Then more Plum Street Sampler. I have one customer that has already gotten a whole bunch of these. And I was going to say this one only has 2, but it does have 3. So this is Roo Crew. So you have Mama with the baby in pouch, and probably Dad. We'll go with Dad, Mom, and baby. And a little bumblebee. So Roo's Crew, I have that one in stock. And then this one, I have the one in stock. I will contact the other person. So I'll show you the back here where it shows it. So we have the Sewn in Friendship. One half was done by Plum Street Samplers, and the other half was done by Heartstring Samplery. So I have here my hand from my heart to your hand, which is Plum Street's portion. And then a token for my friend is the Heartstring Samplery one. Here's a picture of the 2 of them. You can do it as one piece. So they did a lot of this, eh? I think that's 2 different fabrics. To my eyes, it looks like 2 different fabrics. And it says here, whether you choose to stitch this little token for a sweet friend or keep it for yourself to remind you of your treasured friendship, Beth and I hope you enjoy every stitch as much as we did when putting our hearts and hands together for it. So, is that not awesome? So that's one side. I will bring in the other side. I'm more than happy to. Cute little birds, cute little sayings, both designers, and they work so well together. So, let me know. As I say all the time, just let me know. This one is wonderful. I seen a Flosstuber with it. Or no, it was another store Flosstuber, like me, right? I have it as well. I have at least one, but I think I had two. Flower gardening. This is by Nikki's Creation. And honestly, you guys, I don't think the pictures do justice for this lady's work. I think if you've seen this in person, you'd be like, wow. Look at those bold reds, and then all where those letters are, it's all stitched. The whole thing. You could choose to keep it that way, or you could skip stitching all that and just do the letters. But, I mean, that's the thing with all of these. You can choose to do it all their way, or do your own thing. Okay. I was right. Blackberry Rabbit. I love Karen. Be different. They have actual blue bees in Australia. She was telling me about this. She's like, no, actually we do. We have blue bees. I'm like, oh my goodness. Would that not be amazing to see in person? So, that is stitched on Berkshire Hive. So I have a little bit of Berkshire Hive in stock. I believe they're both an even weave and linen. So, if you guys are like, I love it, I want to stitch it, and I need the fabric, I have the fabric and linen. Next up, I had one customer get it, and I got one for myself. It's my little stash. Pussy Willows. This is from Pedal Pusher. Super cute, super sweet. Now, this one I heard a lot about the last couple years, and I haven't heard much in the last month or so. They're there, I just haven't heard much. I haven't seen as much being posted about this designer. And I mean, I love how simple their designs are. His, hers, I'm not sure. They're French. Jordan Prévert. Prévert? I don't know. I took French in grade 8 and that's it. And I live in BC, so we're the furthest away from the French-speaking Canadians you can get. Not to do anything with that, but we're not around French all the time. Home, so I'm going backwards. Haha, love, friends, home. Do it all as one, do them all separate. Look at that sheep. Sheep with a heart. So, I have a couple of those in stock. Did you guys see that little... Okay, I was like, wait a minute, I've seen a berry basket. So, there's a little berry basket right there. And look at right there. A little ladybug. Someone could stitch that for me and stitch a blue one. Right? I'll find the DMC color for the blue. Also, I can bring these in if people would like. As far as I understand. Yeah, I have them up on the website. So these are the cookbooks. Happiness is Homemade. So they do it for Nashville. And what they do is they get designers to put in recipes that they have of favorites of theirs. Right? Designers, and I think shops too. Let me just check here. Yeah, I think so, because the Stitch Niche in Arlington, Texas, I think that's a shop. So they go around to everybody and say, hey, do you have a design? Do you have a recipe? What do you have? And I mean, we have lots of little freebies in here, probably 30 by 40. This one's 30 by 90. That's huge. 30 by, no. Ha! 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. I was right on my first glance. And then, like, so many of them. I'm not going to show them to you unless they have a cover photo. I haven't found a cover photo yet. Just give me a minute. The blue flower. That's so cute. Like, thistles and Teresa Kogat. I don't know how to put it. like little personal photos too. There's Doug from Clinique. That was my little paper. Let's see what else. Awesome pictures of the recipes. Sorry, I've been going 40 minutes and I'm just talking away, you guys. Who's this one by? Oh, GPA. I'm not gonna try and pronounce that. GPA. We'll go with that one. GPA. Da, 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 da. Lindy stitches. Can I cover that? I can cover that. Let us rejoice and eat cake. Right? I agree with her. Karen Kluba. So many. There's Shepherd's Bush, Blackberry Rabbit. And like, this page has 3 recipes on it. Fireside and Fairy Tale. Romy's Creations. It's a good little book. I think it's like $16 or something, maybe 20. I don't know. I have to convert all the time, right? So, it's up on the website. I know that. So if you guys are interested in a good little cookbook with a little bit of cross stitch in there. And then one more. This was not a Nashville release this year, anyways, for sure. It was released in 2019, and it has fabric for it. And sorry, I'm just gonna make sure I keep removing the stuff I don't need off the website. Heart and Home. Home is where the heart is. And it's on fabric flare whitewash wood. You don't have to stitch it on that. I'm pretty sure it's barn door and hickory sticks. And I guarantee barn door is red. Hickory sticks is brown. But you could do it in DMC black and do it on the brown wood. And maybe even do triple stitch DMC for the heart. That'd be good. I have tons of wood in stock. Tons. And more on the way, maybe. Right? Alright, guys. I think I'm almost done yakking your ear off because it's been 45 minutes. I might take a picture of the glorious sunshine outside. Did you just see that light come? Sun just lit up again. It's cloudy out, but it's bright out. So I'm gonna maybe take a couple photos so I can add them at the end. I cannot figure out how to put music with my photos because I go to do it and then it puts music behind my whole video and then you can't hear me talking and then I can't fix it. So until I figure out how to do it on the computer, because I can do it on my iPhone, but then I gotta save it on my iPhone, convert it on my iPhone, send it to the computer, save it on the computer, and then put it on YouTube. I've been recording on my computer and putting it on YouTube. Just a couple less steps, right? Technology is not being very nice to me right now. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go and say have a great day and hope to see you tomorrow, and it should be a little more relaxing tomorrow. I should have the Omnique frame stuff straightened out, the shipping labels all done and packed and down there. I'm hoping to do that by the end of tonight. Go down when it's quiet, nobody else is there. Social distancing, right? Plan when you're going to go. And then order more, you guys. I'm here. I'm happy to help. If I don't have it in stock, I'm more than happy to bring it in. Everything's about a week or 2 away. Yeah. Have a great day, guys. I hope you guys are staying safe. And If you need something, let me know. I say it all the time, but I mean it. I promise. Just let me know. I'm here. Alright. Bye, guys.